Hi, I'm Chef Leo.
Hi, I'm Chef Theo, and this is The Confessions of a Private Chef. Hey, Chef, how are you?
I'm great. That's our intro for like all our podcasts,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I think we're like 20, almost 30 in or something like that.
Yeah.
So how are you? It's like, at first it was like, oh, dude, I'm fucking tired. No, nobody gives a shit, right? So it's like, we're great.
We're great, other than the fact that we're sitting in an empty bar tonight.
Dude, I know, but you know what? It's cool.
It's
and,
nice.
And I thought about the music in the background before we started, and I was telling our guests that the first episode it was during the freeze, and we had water running and so many issues with that, covering that shit up. So now it's like I'll take the quiet right now for this time.
For sure.
Yeah. What about you, man? How's your day? I know part of it was a little, got a little dirty, man, for a little bit.
Part of it was a little. You helped me fix something on my the back hatch to my Sequoia. The handle broke, and so it's a real chore when you're trying to get stuff in and out. Especially I load a lot of stuff in and out all the time, just with what I do and my kids, and so it's just like. Yesterday it broke, and I called Chef, and I'm like, oh, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it tonight, because when I do work on cars, like when I have to, but it just takes me a little bit longer.
Oh, I'm with you.
Because I'm just so worried about like every little thing that it kind of puts me in this weird headspace. Yeah. And then I end up drinking too much beer or something, and then I'm like,
and you're like, okay, I'm relaxed now. You don't know what goes where anymore. I am not a mechanic. I hate working on cars. I can do it, but it's like I'd rather pay somebody good money to do this. Like I pay good money for two things: for a good mechanic and good barbecue.
Oh,
and,
for
and
sure.
That, and that is it. I'm not gonna fucking mess with the car, and I hate the grease all over me.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not like the cooking shit, I'm
good with that.
Which grease?
Yeah, with that. But it's like, I hate the grease from the car, and I also hate spending 12 hours, with the fire and barbecue.
Oh yeah,
So
it's work, man.
But anyways, that was fun, man. Today,
yeah, dude, you knocked it out like you
30 minutes. Bro.
Yeah, dude, we got it done so quick. It would have taken me at least 3 hours. So thank you for speeding my day up.
Yeah, take everything apart. I used to never remember how to put your shit back. Dude,
That's my thing. I'm like, I have to put everything in a little pile, so I kind of know. I have this weird little system. But yeah, dude, thanks for coming in clutch for me for that, dude.
Well, I had to step up, because I noticed when you messaged me, I had a message you this morning like 11 o'clock, and you messaged me at 1, and I'm like, dude, my message never went out to let you know that we had our show today, and we had scheduled them like a month ago, because we all have tight schedules.
And
it was like, okay, dude, I don't want to fuck this one up. We need to make sure. So when he said that, it's like, dude, just come over. I called you, and it's like, dude, just come over. I'll help you. So we made it work.
Yeah, it worked out, man. It really did. And I'm really happy to be here tonight, and just being able to talk to our awesome guests that we have on.
Dude, I know, dude. I'm telling you, we don't have mediocre guests.
No.
We only have badasses. And,
I know, man.
And we're so blessed to here in the Hill Country in Fredericksburg to have people in the industry that actually know what they're doing. They're not faking it until you're making it. They're like fucking, they're knowledgeable and talented. They have a great palate, and we can be honest.
They're all
about
hardworking.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, and we're like brutally honest, like with what we like and what we dislike about certain things. And I'm not like not life in general, but like the industry, like the food, the drinks, and shit. So we were talking about the new places that opened up, and it's like what we like, dislike. So I mean, kind of it's cool to be able to be open like that.
Oh yeah,
subjective.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man.
Sure. There's something for everyone. There's something for everyone. So, anyways.
So without further ado, please introduce yourself.
Mr. Doug Clark.
Mr. Doug Clark.
Dude,
it's very nice to meet you. I was telling you before, I was like, I know I've met you somewhere, and I've been trying to put my finger on it, but I can't. And that's probably because you are involved a lot in the restaurant scene around here.
Oh my goodness.
Restaurant and bars.
What we call on-premise hospitality in any shape or form.
Dude, for sure, dude. And it's great, because it's like, once you get in with this guy, it's like the recommendations and the hookups that you can have to like, hey, I've got this wine. I get texts. It's like, dude, you got to try this wine, and I'll get them from Lauren and my wife, and to say, hey, Doug recommends this. We got a case of this, and then I'll try it later. It's like, fuck, dude.
Huge compliment.
Dude, for sure. And then on top of that, it's like the price point for great wines. It's hard to beat sometimes. I mean, you can't go down to the grocery store and get this stuff.
Sometimes it's
like $300 a bottle, bro.
Right.
So
Nothing better when you find an inexpensive surprise.
Dude, for sure,
love.
dude.
Yeah,
it's like a Christmas on any given day.
Yeah.
It's like finding a diamond in the rough, man.
Dude, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
So Doug, I mean, tell us. I mean, are you from here? Give me your history.
I am a Battling Billy graduate.
Dude,
all I grew up knowing was what we call on-premise hospitality, if you will, restaurant business. Had no idea, like most people young in life, that what are you going to do when you get older? And kind of crazy how everything evolved and led me to where I am today. But all hospitality restaurant is pretty much it.
I mean, you say like, I mean, you went to school here. We didn't have those programs even back when I was in school here.
Absolutely not.
We didn't have. They have it now, right? They have it hospitality stuff.
If I would have had a bass fishing team like they do now,
dude, I
would have showed up for school more.
Dude, me too. Instead, my dad was pulling us out.
To go fishing.
Dude, no, my dad would pull us out for other reasons. Like, hey, my father was an artist, and it was one of those things that he wanted to go get supplies, but he didn't want to drive to San Antonio. So he would go to high school, and he knew all my friends also had vehicles. So I remember Brent Moldenhauer, one of my good friends. He's like, hey, I like his car. He was driving, I think, like a Camaro Trans Am. I don't remember, but my dad's like, hey, let's go to San Antonio. I'll buy y'all lunch. But he wanted to go, and get his art supplies from Hurwick's or something like that. So it's like, and that's, that was high school for me. It was always something different every day. I don't think I ever made it through one entire day. But it was fun, dude. It was fun.
Well, it's funny. Fredericksburg is like, it's known for so many things. And before we go any further, we were just talking a little bit off of air about this thing that we got going on here with our library. Did y'all hear about that?
Oh,
yeah. Well, y'all did hear about that because we were talking about
this morning. I heard about it actually. Pepper the cat.
Yep.
Why did they call him Pepper? Did he have like a salt and pepper?
I think he was white. Wasn't the cat white?
Dude, white pepper? Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
Dude,
Anyways, I guess a judge ruled that the cat is no longer allowed to be in the library.
Well, you know what's going to happen. The cat's not. I mean, the judge is not going to be voted in next.
That's right.
That's
right.
I mean, who's the judge? Can we say?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I just saw that it was like a closed room meeting between a judge and like some other organizer or something like that, and they just ruled like, okay, cat's no longer allowed to be there.
Oh, dude.
Wow. It's really divided a lot of people. It's so funny.
It's like rants and rave, blowing up. Fredericksburg. So whoever's listening, if you go to the Fredericksburg Rants and Rave page or even Fredericksburg Rants, I'm sure that you can just follow along the story.
Yes.
And who you said that the news picked it up too?
The news, yeah. I saw last night that the news in Austin picked it up, and then you are talking about the news in San Antonio or something like that too.
Yeah, somebody on a bigger scale definitely got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Dude.
We should make a shirt like Free Pepper or something like that.
Paper
signs.
Dude, let's all stand in front of the library, with picket signs and stuff, and the courthouse there too.
Yeah, well, I heard that that one of the librarians wanted to actually just take it home, take Pepper home, and apparently they said no. It's got to go to the SPCA, and then they got to expedite it from there.
Now we got red tape.
Oh my god, dude!
So,
well, I hope Pepper finds a good home. I'm sure he will, or maybe take it back.
I have a feeling Pepper's gonna be royalty.
Yeah, for sure.
She's a political
icon now.
Yeah, for sure.
Local talk. # local talk. So anyways, going back to Doug.
Yeah, going back to Doug.
That's enough Pepper talk. Pepper talk. All right, so, I mean, born and raised here?
So, yeah, grew up here, worked as a kid in the restaurant business, moved to Austin, lived in Austin for about 6 years, came back here. I've been with this company 23 years now, but the previous 10 years, of course, I was out at Hilltop.
Johnny. Good old Johnny.
Yeah, Hilltop was great.
In fact, talked to him yesterday on the phone.
Are they still open?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I run into him at HEB all the time, dude.
Yeah.
I introduced my kids to Johnny the other day for the very first time, dude.
Nice.
And it's like meeting Jesus.
Yes.
It was funny because, Johnny presents himself like all mellow and chill and stuff. So it's like, love the guy. He's really cool.
Absolutely.
Because I know they were going through a bunch of like weird kind of stuff going on.
The water.
Yeah. Yep.
But they were able to keep it open.
It's open.
That's awesome.
It's open, doing strong. Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's badass.
It's great to go in there and eat and hear him play and just the whole atmosphere.
Yes.
Kind of like you get out of town a little bit,
Completely unique. Yep. You can't put that magic in a bottle.
No, for sure not.
I mean, you can put it in some of the Lalo stuff. I guess. We're drinking tonight. We're drinking some Lalo.
Yes.
So, Doug, what company do you work for now? Kind of talk about that a little bit.
I work for Republic National Distributing Company.
Okay.
When I started, we were block distributing, but we've evolved, we've grown, and now we're Republic National.
Wow.
Yeah, have been for a while. But wine and spirits and everything good that goes with that.
Wow.
So you have your foot in the door, like in just pretty much in any place that does hospitality.
Well, they turn their head and they look a little bit and, does he have the happy bag with it? Yeah, come on in, Doug. Come on in. Good to see you. If I don't have the wine bag with me, it's like,
who the hell's that? Yeah. We're busy, guys. We're busy.
We got stuff going on.
We have a meeting. Somebody else coming in.
But you start unloading bottles and putting them up, and good to see you.
That's right, dude. And they always take something, I'm sure.
Absolutely. You walk in, you start getting ideas, then we start talking about an event, and one thing leads to another, and it's all good.
It's like, then I need a crate of this. I need a crate.
Right.
Oh my God, Doug.
So everything from tequila, bourbon, wine.
Now everything. Whether you're a new restaurant opening up and, hey, we got to write a new wine list from square one versus, hey, we're trying to redo everything. We've changed our concept. We want something to equal the food, the pedigree, the price point, the style, the region. A lot of little factors that come into play with that. But
on.
New wine list, education, weekly service, turn it in your order, everything that can encompass your alcohol distributor, basically.
Wow, dude. Yep. Wow.
So, like, Doug, it's not your typical sales guy, right? He's not really. I don't see him. I don't even see him as a fucking sales guy.
Yeah, you don't come off salesy.
He reminds me of like Carlos, where he's like a walking encyclopedia. I can't even pronounce. I've been drinking a little bit. Encyclopedia, and it's like anything to do with any beverage.
Food,
shit, but
wine.
The pairing,
beverage, yes.
It's crazy.
The pairing is fun, and I love it. I love every challenge.
I think, Doug, the only thing you have to work on, Doug, to be honest with you, is just the way you capture your pictures. I think we got to work on that.
Okay, gotcha.
It's all about lighting. I saw a picture the other day you posted. It's like, dude,
and it was irking you,
dude. Yes.
You got to call me and tell me, hey, you got to fix this.
You got to fix this. The light, dude. Just go by the window. Go by the window.
Natural light, not fluorescent light. That's funny.
But dude, I wanted to fucking eat that shit. I even made a comment about the tots. I wanted some of those tots. I know
the tots are your weakness.
But the burgers, man, the burgers. But so Doug, I mean, you walk into every place, and you kind of know what these people like prior to going, or do you just take what you like?
That's some of the fun and the amazement and the challenge. You walk in and you haven't met the owner, you haven't met the buyer, you don't know the style of food and menu, you don't know the price point, you don't know their knowledge, where they're at, how novice, how serious are we in here, and you start collecting all this info and putting it all together, and that helps you tailor their program to best suit them and make it successful in that way. It has to. The spirits, the wine have to equal the food caliber as well.
Right.
And there's a little method to the madness and a rhyme and a reason for sure. But it even comes down to personality. There's certain wines that I think about and I'm like, that's going to be a good fit over there. That's going to be a great fit over here. There's certain things that kind of stick with you, just like a piece of art. It's gonna.
So this might be kind of a strange question, but I just have to know who is the biggest? Who's your biggest account here in town? Who moves the most product?
Ooh, that's tricky because then you have to think of, okay, are we talking volume or are we talking dollars?
Let's talk both.
Ooh.
What can you say?
Can you say? Or volume. We'll just go volume. We don't have to go values.
Yeah. There's a few, especially here on Main Street that, year after year after year, not only do they move a bunch of cases, they grow their business.
Wow.
And then there's some that are a little more private sector of our world. And it's not so much volume, but their average price point keeps going up. They like playing in the realm of the very expensive wines, if you will, and the collector type wines. So there's a lot of factors in there that'll tailor to it. But yeah, Fredericksburg as a whole, Leo and I were joking about it. I have to remind myself, Tom, we're in this bubble to some degree. I talk to counterparts throughout the state, and I hear what they're up against and what they're struggling with, and I'm like, oh, We don't have that here. We're doing okay.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing good. Even during COVID, you know, people were like, what are you doing out there? You selling wine out the back of your car?
We're selling wine. We're selling wine.
We're moving boxes. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? But yeah, it's wild. Fredericksburg is such a unique place and market. It's crazy.
Interesting.
Dude, I know. And you know what? It's like, I wish I could be in your shoes and just like have something left over so I can try everything that everybody produces.
Good.
You know, but
yeah.
but I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
What's really cool with this guy is like he's always walking around with somebody that is someone in the industry that like coming from California, coming from, you know, Europe. Yep. And I'm like, dude, I mean, to be able to, you know, to rub elbows and talk to these people, you know, the winemakers, the owners, you know, right off the bat, and know, you know, when you go to a store, you go to the bar or anywhere, and you drink that bottle of wine, it's like, oh, I know that person, you know. So some of this, you know, some of the best stuff coming out of, you know,
one of the strongest words in our industry is the word relationship. Hands down.
In anything, man. I feel that 100%.
Relationship, you know, and it's something you can't teach the new people instantly in one day together. It's something that's developed over time. Who you've met, who you spend time with, how do you know to do something together, productive-wise, to knock it out of the park? But a lot of that. Interesting. It didn't just come the first year I was in the business. You know, it took years of relationships and working with different people and becoming friends and, hey, let's do this again.
How does that happen? I mean, it's like, oh, you know, I want to go into the Fredericksburg industry, or do they sit y'all up that way, or do they reach out?
No, you know, so the company, you know, ironically, at least once, twice a month, they'll do what we call, they'll assign somebody to me. Hey, you and so from this winery, this spirits portfolio, y'all are going to work together on this day. So they'll give me a date, and we'll connect, and all right, man, let's plan our day. And I'll think about what we're going to take out and present, because you got to pick accounts that are a right fit, whether it's the spirit or the wine. You know your opportunities that are out there, what may be coming up if someone's wanting to do a wine dinner or has a music festival or what have you. And so, you plan your day around that. Then you execute it out, and you're at the end of the day, there's like, man, this is wonderful. When can I come back? We sold product. We made friends. All your people are wonderful.
Yeah.
We want to do this event, and it just grows from there.
Yeah.
You know, there's some that are now it's like, hey, I got to come see you every year. Every time I come to the States, I got to ride with you. Spend the day. I'm going to tag one day on to whatever the distributor tells me I'm doing, whether I'm in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and then I'm coming to see you for a day.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we plan it out, you know, and just like coming to see you with someone, then I call you back the next year. Hey, so-and-so's coming back again, man. They want to come see you again. Let's taste their product and their new stuff, and let's get creative.
Right.
Let's throw some food. Let's throw some event ideas, and let's make it fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I got this image in my head of Training Day when you were talking about people tagging along with you.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Oh, we call it a ride with in the industry.
Denzel.
Who's riding with you? Yep.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
The Wolf.
Yeah, dude, I gotta watch that. That was a damn good movie.
Yeah, hell yeah. He was just tagging along with his, you know, with Denzel, and he just falls into all this craziness.
No shit.
But anyways, I'm sure your day's a lot better than that.
Yeah. We try to make them. We try to make them good.
Is this like? I mean, so is it? Do you work just during the weekdays, or do you work weekends?
I work 24/7. I mean, this phone. There are people that know. You know, it's Saturday night. We're closing the restaurant or the bar. Now I'm doing my inventory. I got to send Doug my order now before I forget. And if I don't send it to him, I'm going to mess up and I won't have it. That phone will go off Saturday night at midnight, but it's so-and-so. I know that they're having to do it at that moment.
Yeah, man.
No, it's Sunday morning, sending orders for Monday, checking on people. You know, I got to get my wine for this event. You know, they're worried, they're stressed, they want to execute, they want to make everything right. And it's a lot of communication back and forth. But it's 24/7. It's crazy.
So are there any products or labels that you're like really excited about that are kind of coming onto the scene? Anything new?
Always. You know, that is one thing in the world I work in. It is always changing. It will never get to this point of, okay, that's it. This is what you work with.
Right.
There's always new things coming on the scene. There's always new innovation, new labels, new everything. One of the hardest questions any of us in the industry hate that they ask us are, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? Because you can't. Yeah, you can't pick one. But yeah, it's a forever changing world. You'll never feel like, okay, I know everything at it. I've learned all I can learn. It is very subjective. I tell young wait staff, especially when I work with them for the first time in training and in wine service, I'm like, we could all go to a museum for the day and tour the museum, meet up at the bar afterwards and say, hey, what was your favorite piece? What spoke to you today? And we're probably going to pick different things. The wine and the spirits are just that way. Everybody's palate is very different. It's like your fingerprint. No two are alike. What Leo may taste and get off of something may be different from what I do, and that's okay. If it wasn't that way, I'd maybe have 25 wines in my arsenal, and that would be it. But instead, I get this extremely large, beautiful toy box, and I get to play. But yeah, very subjective in a way.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
really
cool.
He didn't show up with that toy bag, too. That was like you looked out the door.
It's out there. I'm technically still working, so we can taste and display if you would like. Dude, I'll give you a sales call.
That would be funny, dude.
I'll give you a sales call.
The whole pitch. I think that's funny. Yeah. So, like, you're right. Everybody's palate is different. When you talk about, when somebody's like, what's been your favorite meal or whatever, it's like, and it's like, it can be like an ounce of something that's a different ingredient that just changes, and now your palate, because it's so used to having the same thing over and over and over that once you taste that fraction of whatever it is off, it
made you remember it.
Yes, it can just make you think, wow, now this is my favorite. But at that moment, but that's the way I am with food, and of course, even wine and anything I have to drink. Even coming into the bar, every time that I ask the guys here at the bar to make me something, I never ask for anything, because I just tell them, make me whatever you want. And that's how I order my food too. Because I want to be surprised, I want to be impressed, and and you don't have to be disappointed whenever you order something that you have a certain concept of what it might be. And
that's
then
part of the fun of it, though. Learning what people enjoy. All of a sudden, I would be thinking, all right, I know Leo doesn't like sweet. He wants more savory, so I got to make something in this realm, or I got to pick this wine or this spirit out for him, or this food. But learning, people's palate is fun. Because then we get exposed to new product. I'm like, all right, so and so is going to love this, so and so is going to love that. But yeah, that's pretty good.
And so, how does your day? Like how you start your day, and then okay, I got to do research at some point, but I mean, your day is like, okay, I got to go. Do you have to go somewhere, get the wine, or do you have it delivered, and then you got to go hit all these places?
23 years ago, yes, I had to drive to the warehouse in shirts once a week, pick up my samples. Now we're in an age, thank God, they send it on the delivery truck to me. I meet the driver, I pick it up. It's so much more efficient and less time. So I can execute and get after it.
That's cool.
Yeah. The life changer for me, for sure.
God, and then it's just like pack it up, and then you already have a list of places you go. Do you go routinely to different places, or the same places?
There are certain days, certain times I love to hit the same thing, but again, it depends on who I've got with me. What makes sense to a fit. There's certain wines that I would bring here. There's certain wines that I'm like, it's not really in their wheelhouse. We'll come see them another day of the week with something that fits a little better.
Gotcha.
So you have to think about that. You got to be conscientious of it, especially if you want it to be a successful day. Bring things that are going to work for the account, for the program. There's a lot to it, but there again, it just comes with time with doing it.
23 years?
23 years.
Oh my gosh, man.
I know.
So here's another kind of weird topic that's like everybody's kind of talking about right now, and I want to kind of get your viewpoint on how it's going to affect the industry by and large. And you probably already know where I'm going with this. The tariffs.
Tariffs, of course.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff gets imported from other places, right? And a lot of these labels are coming from other places.
Getting educated in the whole tariff realm has been an interesting thing to begin with, realizing how it's been for so long as far as our products going somewhere. Now there's a much more balance of in or out, no matter where you are. And Yeah, there's some feelings hurt, but this is a correction I think that's needed to come for a long time.
So do you think that it's going to encourage people to drink stuff that is coming from America? Do you think that some of these foreign brands, I mean, like, how do you see this playing out?
You know, it's going to shake out in some weird different ways. Nobody truly knows, and people have asked that, hey, are American products made going to excel versus something that just became more expensive because of a tariff? Leo and I have said the word passion a couple of times today in things that we were talking about. And to me, this, again, it comes back to passion. I mean, if you are a white Burgundy lover, that's what you crave. That's what you want. That's what you get excited about. You're going to pay it. If you're a champagne lover, same thing. You're going to seek out what you want.
Even if it's a little bit more expensive.
Even if it's a little bit more expensive. Yep. Maybe you didn't buy a full case. Maybe you bought 6 bottles. But you're still going to love it. You're not going to fall out of love of it just because if it took a hit.
There will still be a taste for those things.
You know, everything in the world. Gas, avocados, you know. Oh, my God. We eat avocados almost every day at our house.
Oh, yeah, us too.
Yes, they've gotten more expensive, but have we quit buying avocados? No.
That's true.
We want them. We crave them. Everything we make has them. So, yeah.
So, you know, like, because I was seeing this thing about, like, champagne. Like, it's funny that you brought that up about how, you know, the champagne now, people are, like, losing their minds. They're like, it's going to go up. And, like, what are we going to do?
A balance will help. You know, if it goes up and the flow stops at some point, the producers are going to back up with product. And it will correct itself in different ways, for sure.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you're optimistic.
Absolutely.
Which is a really good thing.
I have to think twice, you know, when I'm ordering something now. I'm looking. I was sending Theo on Monday. We were looking at we were talking about tariffs, and we're sitting and I'm talking about I ordered some clothes from Fabletics. And I got, you know, my fee, my monthly subscription fee, and then I got my taxes, which was like $12 on the shipping, and free shipping, and then taxes $12. Tariffs were $17 more than my taxes.
Yeah, you showed me it was a tariff fee,
dude. And I was like,
I don't think I've seen that on any receipt.
Yeah,
interesting.
That was the first one I saw. Yeah, when he showed me, I was like, what?
And that was something you ordered online?
Yes, through Fabletics, and it's a big ass company,
big activewear
they're
company.
Absorbing it
and full transparency, right? So they're not just saying, up in your prices. Like, no, this is a tariff fee, and you're gonna fucking pay for it.
That makes me think about it. At one point in time, within the last decade, when gas prices skyrocketed, we started seeing any kind of delivery people. There was a fuel charge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I started doing the math. I'm like, wait a second. This truck has 32 stops times $7 a stop.
Yeah.
That's more than it costs to fill that truck up for.
Yeah.
And as gas came down,
it stayed.
That fuel charge did not come off of those invoices. They were happy collecting that money.
I remember the first time I saw that on a Cisco invoice, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, you know, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together back then. I was a young manager of a small ice house, and I was like, oh, a fuel charge. I showed our the owner, and he's like, well, it's $7. You know, it's like not like crazy. It could have been worse, and but now that you say it, it's like, they're making 30 stops. You know, I mean, do the math there.
Yep.
And they're doing the stops 5 days a week. Yep. So it's
that old cliche of, okay, once they started getting it, I'm not going to give it back up very easily.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, okay, gas is down, it goes away. But I haven't heard anybody say that they actually had a tariff printed
dude.
charge.
That was the first one I saw. He showed me. I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
It's funny.
That's getting a little sneaky. That's getting a little sneaky.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be sneaky. I mean, you're going to have to pay them, but people aren't really showing them or talking about it.
If they already went up on the cost of their goods and put the tariff charge on
there. That's true. If they went up, but I mean, they haven't. They didn't go up. But it was just still, to show it, it's like, okay. Mm-hmm. But, like on my website, on all my, my menu, my pricing, everything's transparent. It's like, I don't like hiding anything from anybody or changing it after the fact. And this is what it is. And, it's when people start bartering. It's like, dude, I already showed you what the price was going to be. It's like, you don't go into HEB and barter.
Right.
You know, I can't barter. I can't barter. Hey,
I'll take these 3 items for this. How about that?
Yeah. Can I do that? So it's like that's the way it works on for me.
But yeah, not gonna happen.
I mean, maybe at some markets, but not.
As Americans, though, we love that. If you tell me something's $10 and I only have to give you a $10 bill, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But it's never like that anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
Rare, very
it's
rare.
like, oh yeah, it was $10, and then it's tax, and then now there's a tariff fee, and there was a service charge
They made me
too.
tip. You don't have to tip.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's funny though. I wonder if like, you know, in the next couple months or something like that, like you showed me that thing on your order, and I was
will
like,
be watching. That was the first one.
You're going to start seeing like maybe your Amazon order or something. It'll say like, you know, tariff charge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to your question to him, I'm thinking, you know, I wonder if the Texas wine industry is going to like maybe
it's booming. It's going to boom.
Yeah,
right. Because it's produced here. That was my first thought. It was like anything that's made here.
Do you sell a lot of Texas wine stuff or not?
We do. We sell a lot of Texas wines and spirits. You know, just being here, we're such in a unique situation just because it's such an attractant for us for so many people outside of our area. So,
So I wonder that's going to be something like in a year from now that you can be able to pull a report and say, let's see.
Did we grow?
Did
we grow because of it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that might be
a good really analytic cool. to come back and look.
Hell yeah.
But then you have to think about maybe like the bottle that it came in, was it from America?
Absolutely.
You know, the barrel that they put it in, was it the cork?
That's all overseas.
Yeah,
dude, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I didn't think about that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I was hearing this other thing about there's stuff that like it was a skateboarding company, and basically they buy the maple from America, then it goes to China, then it comes back to America.
The whole process.
For maybe printing and shit or whatever.
So then they were like, oh, there's going to be a tariff when it goes, and then there's going to be a tariff when it comes back. So it's going to like really hurt the industry.
Triple the amount. We'll get them for shipping this to us. We'll do it, and then we'll get it for shipping it back. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's crazy. It's a weird world that we live in.
Oh, man.
So,
that is for sure.
But like a more direct question is, are you seeing prices of anything that you distribute go up? You know, currently, like in the state that we're at.
The previous 2 years, we saw a couple of small increments here and there, and a lot of that's, you know, even just cost of doing business. Your insurance, your gas, all your infrastructure stuff has taken a hit. So you had to absorb it somewhere. You know, every restaurant we can think of and name at some point had to go up on their prices.
That's
drinks
true.
and food, because their cost went up. So that's how they absorbed it and passed it down. It's the same thing for us. You know, we fight it all we can because it helps you win in the marketplace by keeping things, you know,
cost low,
especially with the what we call the on-premise. You know, the first thing we talk about sometimes is what we call buy the glass. So if products I can sell you wine-wise that's going to make sense for you to be able to sell by the glass to make a better profit, you know, that's your focus items. Sure, having these luxury high-end fun things are up there, but you're going to sell 10 cases of this before you sell one full case of that.
Right, that makes sense.
And that's what keeps the lights on. That's the horse that pulls the cart.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting. Yeah, I was seeing, I won't mention the restaurant, but I was seeing a menu the other day go, and they had an old fashioned, and it was almost $30.
Whoa. Now that's.
I've had a few $30. And it's like they're proud of it. I mean,
I get it. You know,
was
it's
this
like
a double?
No,
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
This was you might have saw it.
Yeah. No,
was it a premium?
It was actually $28. It was $28.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a premium.
It was Garrison Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know,
they're premium.
Now, you know, if they're using like Laguna Madre or something in there, yeah, totally. You know, I get it. But it's like, I mean, you could be proud of something, and you could be proud of it for many reasons. It could be your name behind it. It could be, you know, the technique. It could be, you know, the ambiance that you're paying for more.
Sure.
You know, I was at Upper East Side Manhattan, man, when ordering the girls, you know, Shirley Temples that I was paying $25 for.
Wow.
And they were coming, you know, without a cherry. My girls were bitching about, hey, where's my cherry? You know, and it was still paying $25. I ordered a $30 old fashioned as well, made with I believe like Knob Creek or something like that, and it was like $30 bucks.
Wow.
So I get it. I you know, it's, you know, you're sitting at this famous building, you know, and it's like
still we all feel like there's that point of where, all right, this was over the top. This was too much.
Yeah. I can also go down to Whiskey Cake in San Antonio.
I was gonna
have a great old fashioned happy hour.
Right.
We pay $8, $10,
Right.
I don't know, whatever the hell that is.
And did you enjoy it more because of the step? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I mean, or you can come to the bar and have a badass cocktail made at a great price here, and it's like,
yeah.
Yep.
But you get so used to having a great cocktail that you can tell if it's worth the $30 or not. So those are things that, and you can charge whatever you want, but once you have that drink and you pay that much, are you going to come back for another one? So you're trying to produce a product.
That.
You want to capture the people, and you want to keep them coming back. So, I was we went and ate at a restaurant we were talking about earlier that I wasn't crazy about, and Zadie had a margarita, and she's like, "Oh, this is not bad for happy hour," and it was only like $5 or something like that. And it's like, it tastes like $5 to me, and it's like, I'm normally not an asshole about drinks. I would just say no, I won't order it just so I don't have to critique it. But I tried it, and I was like, yeah, it tastes like laundry water with a little squeeze of
bitter fabuloso.
Water.
It's like all sweet and sour.
And it's super more sour than sweet.
Yeah.
But I mean, in some drinks it works, but it almost tasted like you got it out of a plastic lemon.
I like the fabuloso thing. That's
Everybody
funny.
is so different, though.
Dude, I know.
To some people, it's that value that they're excited about it.
Yes, I
and
get that.
Margarita already tasted good before it got up to their lips.
Because it was only $5.
Yeah,
because
for
it was,
$5.
man, I win because it's $5.
Yeah.
But then there's some
And I got
that,
a
you know
buzz.
what?
Yeah.
I'll pay the extra $5 and get me to 10.
Yeah,
and
give me a top
I want
shelf.
this brand in there.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the floater
Yeah.
of the whatever.
And
But,
squeeze that lemon by hand or the lime by hand.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes.
That's funny. That reminds me back in the day when I lived in Austin, I was managing that little ice house, and they started doing the thing where we would put the Corona in the margarita,
Oh my God.
and people would just go crazy over that,
The Coronita. The
Oh,
little
yeah.
small beetle.
Yes,
Yeah.
Coronita.
It's a recipe for
Yes.
disaster, dude, honestly.
Get you there quicker. But,
The crazy things they come up with in the industry, it's funny, man. That's cool. So, Fredericksburg to me, it really is like, I don't want to call it a drinking town, but it definitely is a town to come and indulge.
Sure.
So I guess I can see the point of like maybe you have some insight on this, but the clientele that's coming here, maybe they're not flinching at the $30 old fashioned.
There again, I would say, like you said, hey, this was a top brand, and this is one of their flagship items. So yeah, it was pedigree ingredients. Leo can't make you a Chateaubriand with a chuck roast. It's got to be a certain cut. It's got to be a certain style. I can't serve you a mediocre ingredient dish and charge you the premium for it without having premium ingredients.
That's true, man.
So
people taste
it's
the
something
difference.
to look at. Yeah.
So do you see Fredericksburg by and large, where do you see it in the next, as far as like your industry goes? Where do you see it going?
It is it's something I think about often. It's interesting, my age, and at the time I grew up here, I saw the change from agricultural economy into tourism-based economy, and see what it is now. I think about, man, my great-grandmother, she would not believe what today is in her little house on Ranch Road 1 where she spent so much time. She would not believe what's happened to the Stonewall area, the wineries, the everything. It's the evolution of here, but I think about, I love to fish, and we go to Port O'Connor a lot to fish. I look at all these little towns we drive through that are now pretty tired, sleepy, and just barely hanging on.
It's true, man.
They did not have the tourism development after agricultural. You couldn't survive on doing it anymore. They didn't have what we have to fall back on in a way.
Yeah.
We could have easily gone down that road. I know there's still a percentage of people that want that sleepy little town, but we have our own little something unique that doesn't exist in very many places. That's for sure.
That's true.
I think about everywhere I've traveled and everywhere I've been, and had I not gone to a lot of these places, the appreciation for where we're at today would not be what I have.
Yeah.
You base it on that. I see some people that I even grew up here with that have never left, and to some degree I don't think they get it. There's a bigger picture to put together, and it's hard to explain. You had mentioned you lived in Austin for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I lived it, so I compare a lot to what I saw happen in the 6 years when I lived there.
Oh my God, it's growing.
I look at it now when I go to Austin,
yeah.
and I mean, we're so far apart
sure.
in the last 30 years of what I experienced versus what it is today.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yep.
It's amazing in Austin how you can literally have such a grimy little spot next to like a Michelin star restaurant now.
Sure.
Sure.
And be happy at both, depending on what you were craving, what you wanted.
Depending on what you were craving.
Yeah.
It's a lot like New Orleans too. It's like that, it's like
one of my favorite cities in the world.
It's a great place, but I mean, like, you're like fighting the bums off when you're like walking into like this like really high end,
And you're gonna go have the best plate of food.
For sure. For sure.
Oh my God, I've spent so much time there. Now it's the argument of, we have the favorites we have to go back and see, but we have to make ourselves also go somewhere we haven't been. Talk to some of the people I work with there, and all right, what's new? What do I need to go to? What I like. You know what I enjoy. Send me somewhere. But it's tough. It's tough. But definitely one of my favorite cities. Food cities for sure. In fact, an article someone sent me this morning. In fact, it was Donkey Kent Leslie.
Bring it up.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I did. I helped with supports. I did support staff for a festival they have every year. Well, I don't know if they still do it anymore, but it was called Tales for the Cocktail.
Yeah, they still do Tales. Yeah.
And so I did 10 days out there. Me and my wife did. She was a photographer for the event, and I was just carrying boxes around. And I try to explain it to people.
They don't. If you haven't seen it, you don't get it.
And I'm like, dude, I went, and every night there's parties. And these big
parties, there's dinners, there's events, there's competitions.
These liquor brands throw all kinds of money, and they throw like I went to an Absolute Vodka party, an Absolute party,
and you still remember it.
And they had Absolute Vodka coming out of the fountain, and they had another room where they were vaporizing the vodka into the air.
What?
And they were also making vodka cotton candy, which was kind of weird and cool.
Good,
and it was like a summer's night dream. So there's all these people. There was a centaur there. A guy walking around in a costume, and I'm like, where am I right now?
That is very New Orleans.
And then there was another night at a Jameson party where Gary Clark Jr. played for a room of 45 people.
That's a magic moment right there.
And they had a food truck, and the signature drink of the night was a shot and a beer.
Okay.
Yeah, which was kind of cool.
Very,
you know what I mean?
Very classic, very old school.
And then we saw the Roots play at the Ace Hotel on the roof. And and we spent a lot of time in the Carousel Bar.
Oh yes, very famous.
Very famous.
Monteleone.
The Monteleone. That's where everything was based out of.
Yeah.
And, we had this kind of warehouse off to the side. It was called the Carpet Shop, and they kept hundreds of cases of booze out there. So my job was just to carry the case of booze to wherever it needed to go.
It's funny. We usually, for years, I've stayed at the same hotel at the Omni Royal, right across the street from it. So know that neighborhood very well.
Yeah, dude. I had never been there before, and so for me it was like it was a whole new world of things. You know what I mean?
Omni Royal, best rooftop pool ever.
Dude,
go over there.
Dude, it's
find
crazy.
somebody with a key card and let you in, sneak you up to the pool. It's the best.
Man. Yep. Can you imagine Fredericksburg doing something like that?
Dude, they should, man. Honestly, I mean,
the competition thing would definitely be something that would, give us a different aspect on a festival or whatever. But
hell yeah!
I think we just gave Leo a challenge to.
Dude, my brain, my little. You see the wheels.
The great thing is all these liquor companies, they have the money for this advertisement.
Sure.
It's a basic advertisement.
This is their exposure. This is how they get out in the market.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I think about Carlos. I was talking to him the other day ago, and I'm like, dude, he should, because they have these mixologists there, and these are people from all over the world. I met people from Argentina.
Someone like him going to Tales for the first time.
Oh, dude.
Disneyland to a little kid.
You had to wear like a trench coat, man.
I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to see so much.
And the networking.
The networking, huge. Yep.
And I've always been a chef, and I remember like watching these mixologists. They're doing all this prep and stuff like that.
They're a chef in their own realm.
And I'm like, I feel like these are my people over here. Why, Anyways,
what's badass?
Yep.
God, dude, let's do it. I say let's do a field trip
I mean, we
dude.
easily could, just because we're in the Texas spirit business very heavily, we could easily do a Texas Tales, if you would.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's 2025, 2030.
Yeah.
All that free
Texas
time we have, we'll throw
No
this together
shit,
real
right?
quick. We'll throw it
All
together.
we got to do is
make it
pick up the
happen.
phone, man, right? Make a couple calls. And
Absolutely.
why not?
I don't know though, man. That'd be a crazy weekend here. You know, I don't know.
10
Oh
days?
yes,
Two
it'd
weeks.
be a week. Yeah. Oh my
Shit.
gosh.
We'll start off with a week.
I think this was
bump it up.
pre-COVID, and I think it was actually, you mentioned him before, the Garrison, but I think he kind of did a little local contest of cocktails amongst local bartenders. You know, hey,
I remember that.
Take my product and show me what you can do.
I think he's done it twice since then.
That kind of thing is, I love that. I love, you know, I was telling you, I came in here last week to see Aaron and Carlos, and I didn't say anything. I just started pulling out product. We started talking about it, and I wanted to hear where their brain went. I was soaking that up, and that was all good stuff.
Yeah, dude. If you
Same
do that
thing.
with Carlos, he'll go crazy with anything.
You lit the fuse.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So I mean, you've walked to just about every place here to sell the stuff, and so I'm sure you've experienced also the cuisine, most of these places.
Sure.
What would you say is your favorite, not the best, but your favorite place to go for food and drinks, or just drinks, or just food, or
Why'd you
it's
ask me
like
that?
He's not going to pick.
because
He can't.
It all depends on my mood. It
I know,
depends on what
exactly.
we're-
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling you that barbacoa
Yeah, I
story
know.
earlier.
Yeah,
I've been craving that barbacoa for over a year.
Let's just say Hill Country.
Just-
Let's
okay,
not
Hill
go say,
Country.
yeah. Let's
You
just
know,
go
there
Hill Country.
again, it was.
Let's say, what are you
man.
craving now? If you're craving something right now,
Right now, what sounds really good?
come on.
Man,
We can walk down to
what would I
Machete.
pick? Right? Hey,
No, dude. I mean,
this is no lie. I have the picture and friends that I sent this to. The other day I'm working, and it's that little blue food truck by Napa Auto Parts. There's no
dude.
sign. There's no anything.
I've driven by it 100 times.
I've had
and
it
never
one
stopped.
time.
She does great little barbacoa mini tacos, and I'll
never
run
had
up
to
there
be.
for lunch. I can sit in the truck. I'm still doing emails, computer stuff, and I had to send this picture, and I'm laughing. Okay, here I am with this, $90 Napa cab, and I'm loving it next to this $12 barbacoa plate, and I'm as happy as a clam.
Hell
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the simplicity, but there again, passion. Those ladies doing it. You taste it, you convey it. We've all been into restaurants where it was very plastic feeling. There was no soul. And then we've been to places that the food already tastes better because of where I'm at, and I haven't even gotten anything yet.
Yeah, for sure.
That says a lot sometimes, but I keep coming back to the passion. But you can tell when
so
people are very important about it.
that was
but
food.
Picking something out.
That was food, yeah.
Okay.
So a bottle of wine. If you were to go,
Bottle of wine right
where would you go
now?
have a drink? Bottle of wine.
Man, what have I had recently that I absolutely love?
Or where would you go that that has the bottle of wine or a type of wine that you like?
No, we can't do that because I got to say something new so I can make a sale off of this. What are you talking about? No, it's funny because yes, I do know everybody's collection to some degree.
Yeah.
And I know some that have bought stuff now that has had some nice little age to it that I would love to go get a bottle and raid their cellar and say, hey, how's this drinking now? Some vintage stuff would be very fun. But, man, let's think about this for a minute.
Do you have a go-to wine that you like? Let's put it that way.
I do. There again, I love so much of what we're cooking. Part of my job is so much a pairing.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing a wine event, we're writing your menu.
Yeah.
You got to make wines that make sense and a price point that makes sense. The other night, you saw that post I did about the Axis ramen and the duck eggs. To me, there was a beautiful little white wine, a French wine called Picpoul Panay. It's a $20 wine.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely perfect with the acidity and the balance of that.
Where did you find that ramen?
The ramen, I just used traditional
Oh,
ramen
you made
noodles.
it?
Oh, yeah, we made it. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
It's
did
got
a
the chef, bro.
simple glaze of hoisin, oyster, and did some ground meat, and then we have some ducks. So that duck egg richness with that bigger yolk, do that soft boil. Oh, so good.
Are you still living right there down the street from me?
I'm off of Old San Antonio Road.
Okay, you
I
moved
live
out.
closer by Lauren.
Yeah.
I'm right down the road.
Dude, I love that. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, God, dude, that looks so fucking good. I was craving ramen. Like right now, I'm craving nachos. I don't know why. I just thought about it earlier. We were talking about
nachos are never bad.
Dude, I know.
Any time of day.
I know.
Nachos are never bad.
Like super bad nachos right now. Shouldn't be at it.
But do you want the real melted cheese or do you want the pump?
No, I mean, no.
The concession stand.
I'll tell you what, dude.
Event.
When I go to the movies, I'll get nachos every time. I don't mind that. I don't mind that cheese.
The Rico.
Yeah,
Rico
Suave. Out of the can.
Yes.
For sure. But it's
it will still be here after Holocaust.
Yeah. But right now, I was craving. And I haven't eaten there in forever. Like I want to say at least 2-3 years. But I was craving the nachos over at Jalisco's. Right there by what is that, Bill's or Belk's, whatever the hell that is now? Yeah, I haven't been over there like in a few years. So I
don't know that I've had their nachos.
Yeah. It was, maybe some ground meat.
They always get me on the enchilada plate. I don't think I've ever deviated.
Yeah.
Some of these places you'll see them actually do the individual chips.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
That's
that?
old school. Not many do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love. That's a labor of love, dude.
Yeah,
to get the little dollop of each thing on there.
Yeah, man.
But good.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect bite each time.
So you think, here in Fredericksburg with what you're doing, nothing's ever going to, I don't think we're going to get, any slower. If anything, everybody keeps on complaining, there's another winery, there's another bar. And it's like, well, hell, there's a reason. Now can we be oversaturated, you think? Or do you think it's going to be like?
No, I worry about it. It's interesting. People that ride with me, and it's specifically people from Napa and Sonoma, they kind of chuckle because they're like, hey, we were there 10 years ago. We were there 20 years ago. The same evolution, the same growing pains, whether it be the no housing for a certain demographic of working class citizen to now the biggest thing I think that's moving forward for us, and it's the elephant in the room, but it's the water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a scary deal, and it's a balance. Most people would automatically think, "Oh, Doug wants every business that can open here. It's going to help him." But we can't deplete that resource.
Yeah, totally.
What do you do when it's done? There is no contingency plan.
And everything just shoots up because we have to bring all water in.
Yeah,
we should learn from other people. There's already other counties close by around us that are putting restrictions on things such as what they call development. But water's going to be a real deal.
Oh yeah, dude. I used to hang out with this guy when I got off my shift at Caliche. His name was John. He's a great guy, and he's lived here in Fredericksburg for a long time. He would tell me all these stories about how he worked with, he helped build I-10, and I mean, he's just this very forward-thinking, dude. And one day I was sitting down with him and talking, and I was, oh, what are you working on? He's like, I'm working on the water problem. And this is when I started to understand the real problem that was, because he explained it to me.
Sure.
He's like, this is what's going to happen. Austin's growing by this rate, and basically they're going to keep going down further. And when they keep going down, it's like straws going into the ground, and then eventually, all that water will be depleted into the bigger cities, San Antonio, Austin, stuff like that. And he was working like on desalinization.
Wow.
That was kind of like his thing that he was trying to figure out and get legislation for. And but there's a really hard thing with that with the desal.
Yep.
There's a lot of regulation.
To me, that's still just a band-aid to the problem.
Right.
Because how much water are you going to suck out of the ocean until you we can't do that anymore?
You can't do that anymore, right? So I mean, this is the kind of stuff that would keep this guy up at night. He's a really, really amazing guy, but and he's a little bit older, and I was like, dude, nobody my age is even thinking about this. No. You know what I mean?
We've grown up with, if you needed it, you just went and turned it on.
Exactly.
We live out in the country, so we're on a well. Your thought changes immediately when that's your deal. We've had two things that have happened, and one of them, the most impactful, is we keep bees. And one day I'm going out to check my bees, and we're on a large parcel of land, and the people around us are large parcel. There's not neighbors, so to say. Well, I'm going out to check and work my bees, and there's an older gentleman just standing out there. And I'm like, where'd this guy come from?
What's going on? Yeah.
I could tell he was a little distraught, and I got to talking to him, and he introduced himself, and he said, hey, I just had to come over and ask you, is your well okay? And I said, yeah, but our well isn't real old. And the light bulb came on kind of abruptly when we got to talking. I said, when was your house built? And he was like, late 70s. And all of a sudden it hit me how different the water table is versus then and now. And here's this older gentleman who's had this well for this long that had been doing fine. Now it's not fine. Whereas my well is under 4 years old, and
it's further down.
Yeah, different deal. Yeah. And now I'm okay and he's not. That gave you a pretty good scope of things. There was an article recently I read, we're in a weird bubble here weather-wise, but we are literally 30 to 40 inches behind in the past 5 years.
Damn. And
it just, without that recharge, we just keep sucking more out of it.
Yeah.
What's going to help?
We've had a couple brutal summers.
Yep. Yeah. Very.
I think it was not this last summer. This last summer was brutal, but the summer before was extremely brutal.
Yeah, it was. Because I was worried about the bees. I was having to feed them sugar water almost every day, to give them something to keep them from leaving and keep them happy and keep them making honey.
Yeah, man. Dang.
Yeah, our tank has been dry now for almost a month, and we're just watering out of the trough. But we all need rain.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's one thing you can't really control.
Maybe tomorrow? Tomorrow, the next day, for sure.
I know.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let it rain.
Yeah.
That'd be an Easter gift. Yeah.
I'll cover my shit up, damn it.
Don't leave it open. If you cover it, it's not going to rain.
No. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll go wash the truck too while I'm at it.
Leave the windows down.
Do that. Oh,
absolutely.
shit, dude,
Absolutely.
for sure.
I know, that's what we were talking about. He looked at my car, he's like, you need a car wash. I was like, it's going to rain, and I live off a dirt road.
Let it
I'm
rain.
like, oh, man.
If
I go wash my car,
all right,
that's what
let's do it. Let's
is.
everybody tomorrow. Let's go wash it, brother.
Free pepper and wash your car.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, free
for
pepper
sure.
and wash your car.
Dude, well, this has been great.
Yeah, Doug, it's been a pleasure to get to know you, man.
Absolutely. We just kind of joked around and touched the surface. Yeah,
Dude, I know.
This was fun.
So, so when you're not selling, you said you're teaching, you're doing these parties.
Sure.
So do you do that on the side of what you do, or do you like to, to keep it
Always,
all just...
because of who I am and what I do, there's so many people that's what they associate me with. And that's where they're like, okay, this is how this guy can help me. This is what he does. And I love that. It's fun to have that identity. And obviously I'm passionate about it. Either that or I'm a slow learner. And here we are 23 years later and I'm still showing up. But no, it's just like anything with any person. You find something that you love and you care about. It's not like going to work every day.
Yeah.
You want to do, and you want to do it good.
Yeah.
But outside of it, we garden, we ranch, we've got a farm. That's all stuff that resets me, and I don't think about the work stuff, and you get to do something a little distraction-wise and care about it and fun. But yeah.
So if someone's listening to this and they say, we'd love to have this guy, give us some, teach us about the wine, be our somm for the night for dinners and stuff. How do they get a hold of you, and what do you, how does that work?
Oh my God, yes. There's so many different ways that this plays out. Whether it's a venue where, oh my God, I've got a birthday for so and so, and we want to do a set menu with the chef and pair the wines for each course. Or we've got a little music thing going on. We just need a couple of brands, and we're going to have fun with it that way. So each individual question and need is different. Sometimes it's just a dinner party. It's 20 people, but man, we want to knock it out of the park.
Hell yeah.
Write us a wine, to pairing to go with it, and let's have fun. And by the way, I love this. I had some ladies recently that they wanted a white Burgundy class because the argument amongst the ladies was the grape Chardonnay. And it was, some of them didn't realize, well, white Burgundy is Chardonnay. And they're like, well, I hate Chardonnay. Well, no, you don't. You just don't like that style of Chardonnay that you haven't loved. But you do love Chardonnay. I just got to present it to you in a different way that you're going to fall in love with it. And you bring them a true Chablis, and the lights come on, and everything's wonderful. And, oh, by the way, that's 100% Chardonnay. And they're like, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. But yeah, Yeah, some fun things like that. But yeah, as far as getting a hold of me, oh my God, there's many ways to get a hold of me. You can all just call Leo, of course. I'm
gonna list you on my website,
Please
man.
do.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Do.
You're gonna shit yourself
Please
after I list
do.
you. It's
That
like, can you
will
please
be
take me off? People won't stop bugging me. That's what it's gonna be like.
It's absolutely flattering. It's a comment. I mean, for people to reach out to you for help in any way, whether it's wine, it's food, it's fixing the car. Man, that's a powerful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing for someone to reach out and want to help.
It's never boring. That's for damn sure, right?
Oh no.
Okay, so do you do social media? You do Facebook, of course.
I do Facebook. Do a little Instagram.
So give us give the handles for that stuff first.
I've gotten bad the past year. I mean, I have literally a year of content. When you and I were talking, I was laughing because I'm like, I'm in the same boat he is. He's got all this stuff that he's still got to edit, put together. I'm the same way. I have a ton of stuff that I have yet to upload, whether it was events, whether it was recipes. But yeah, I'm Doug_Clark on Instagram.
How easy is that?
How easy is that?
Doug, and you can probably find the same way under Facebook, right?
Yep.
Doug Clark.
Yep.
That's okay. And you don't have a website because everything's just done through,
I don't. I need to. I should have Zach design me one after everything he does for a living.
For everybody else.
I have an inside track to
that. So social media now, and of course they can hit you up on there, drop you a DM. I mean, you can share your number, or you don't have to share it. But I mean, it's one of those things that you just got to be ready, man.
No, I know. I love it. No, put me on there. Link me on there. Would love to help somebody and have some fun. Cool. I have a feeling it's going to put both of us to work.
Oh, dude, for sure. So if somebody were to call you, let's say tomorrow.
Okay.
How long would it take you to say, okay, I need this much time, or I'm ready to go?
There again, it just depends. How quick is the event? How many people?
Yeah.
Do you already have the menu in place if we're doing a pairing?
Yeah.
If it's the music thing, have you got the musicians lined out?
Yeah,
What's your budget? How many do we expect?
Yeah, dude, I get it. Yeah.
But we have trucks 4 days a week. I'll get it here.
For sure, brother. You're good at that, dude. The last time that the last two wines that we got from you, man. I mean, I haven't tried the red yet, but it was a white from Sicily, I believe.
Yes.
Dude.
Absolutely.
That thing was phenomenal.
It's a hot region right now.
Yeah, and it paired really well. Yeah.
Sicilian
I had
wines.
some chicken. I had some chicken thighs that I cooked on a grill with some adobo. Perfect. And it just paired so well with it, man. I wasn't, the spiciness, the smokiness, but then the wine was really clean. It was like almost, it was complimentary, yet, there's some contrast because you can really distinguish, the chicken and the wine, which I think is always great because it never just comes together.
I love hearing that because the wine should always be secondary to the food.
Yes,
it should never overpower and
so that's what I love
to underline.
Yeah, yes. So I thought that was amazing. Because he's paired so well with that, and
that's good.
I don't do a lot of wine at the house. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I would go get a glass of bourbon,
sure,
or tequila first, but every once in a while, I have bottles on my shelf, and you walk into the studio and it's like I think I have more dust on that collection on my wall than what I do in my refrigerator. I think I have some chilled there for like over a year. It's like, dude, I don't think that's good, but I'm gonna open it up just to check.
And now that you've had that dish and that wine together, should you make that dish again soon at home,
I'll do it once a week.
Would you be upset if you didn't have the wine with it?
Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, maybe.
That's part of the magic.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll just hit you up. What else do you have like that would work, right?
Right.
I keep collecting.
That. And, I love those are the fun questions. That's when I get to play in my mind. Yeah, absolutely. All right. What have I had recently that? This would be a rock star.
So now I got to get a case of that, man. I'll share with you.
Yes.
And the price point was great as well.
Oh my God. Yeah. Very affordable Sicilian wines.
I think it was like less than $20.
Yeah.
Right, 18 or 20. Yep. Yeah. So that was some good shit.
So I have one last question, and this kind of like he was talking about this, and I'm like thinking, if you can say it, what is the rarest bottle of wine?
Whoa.
Like something that you held, and you're like, I can't believe I have this in my hands.
Man, at my 20-year anniversary, some beautiful long-term coworkers kind of surprised me with a little luncheon here. Brought me my 20-year watch. Well, they brought a beautiful older bottle of DRC, Domaine Romani Conti. And I wasn't expecting that at all. In the industry, we all knew, especially this company, all right, 20 years, everybody gets a watch. I knew that was coming. But the bottle, I had no idea. And at the time, I'm like, man, am I supposed to open this with these guys, or am I supposed to take it as a gift and hold it? And I'm like, man,
let's open it.
We're in this moment. I want to truly enjoy it. And we did. We opened it, enjoyed it, and it was fabulous.
So what is that for somebody who doesn't know wine?
Domaine Romani Conti is one of the most sought-after collected higher-end French wines you can find out there. They have several labels, but the producer has just reached a cult status over its lifetime that's just unbelievable.
Wow.
And it's hard to get. They don't make a whole lot. So it's not like it's always available. It's always, hey, I'll just call and order one. Yeah. It doesn't happen that way. This was something someone had been holding on to for a while and said, okay, this is the moment we need to open this up at. And so, yeah, that was real good. In fact, the empty bottle, I still saved it. I don't save many empty bottles. That one I saved. For sure.
Was it good?
It was real good. It was real good.
So it's 23 years now. Do you see yourself retiring like when most people like 25?
Can't afford to. I still got too much gas in the tank.
Good.
You know, and just personality-wise, I'd be good for about a week. And what am I going to do? I'm gonna start showing up here.
You'd be at the bar sitting there.
In. Can I help out? Can I do something?
Yeah, dude, they'd hire you in a heartbeat, man.
Where are you cooking today?
Dude,
I'm coming with you.
You'd be
what are we
there,
going to do?
For sure. Yeah.
No, I still have a desire to do it. Sure, we all love the idea of retirement and easy life, but yeah, psychologically, could I sit there and be on the rocking chair? Absolutely not.
Probably not.
No way.
For sure.
You got another 23 in you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go for a record. Let's do it. Let's do it.
They'll give you another watch.
Heck yeah, give me two watches.
And
Who does that?
And another bottle of...
Well, I'm 20 now. I only need 17 more. I get the second one.
There you go.
That's a great idea.
You got this,
that's
bro. You got it.
But yeah,
you got
it. I still have so much energy towards it. I'm not tired of it.
That's awesome. And it's always changing, man. So it's always going to be interesting.
It still amazes me. I get up every morning. I don't have to force myself. Oh my God, I got to go to work again.
Yeah, dude.
I'm still jazzed about it. Yeah.
That's
cool,
awesome,
man.
Well, dude, it's great having you.
Rare. Anytime, man.
Yeah,
we just scratched the surface.
No shit, dude. We need part 2 and part 3. It's gonna be like a series, just some Doug the series.
I love it.
Next time we'll pull some stuff out and we'll allow you to
careful what you wish for.
Dude,
we'll allow you to really give us the full Doug experience.
Maybe we'll do it blind.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll put you two on the spot.
Do you know what? Right. Maybe we should call this, episode. What? This is episode 4. No. It's not gonna be because we have previous recordings.
Oh yeah.
But we could call this part 1 of a 2 episode.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Done.
So,
we'll have some fun.
Yeah,
I love that. We'll open up some eyes.
Doug part 1
and talk about
Doug part 1.
Yeah. I'm in.
All right,
so
brother.
in.
Cool, we'll
man.
We'll do this again very, very, very soon.
Thank you guys for having me and inviting me.
Dude, for sure.
Absolutely.
Brother. It was great. It was great doing it again, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, until next time.
Till next time, my friends.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks, guys, for listening. Oh, and really quick, dude. How do they find you, bro?
Oh, I'm the Dine-In Dude. You find me on Instagram. I have a website, and thedineanddude.com.
Right.
Dine-In Dude.
Yeah. I just friended you on Instagram.
Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm private, so I have to approve you.
Oh, dude, come on.
You're approved.
There you go. And then, of course, Chef Leo Aguirre, Eat Fredericksburg, Texas, Eat FBGTX, So,
not to mention your website's a great resource. It's not just about you. I mean,
you can go in there and you can find places that I like to eat, drink, be merry. Yeah. That's kind of my whole thing. So, of course, here we're at 78624 The Bar here in the Golden Block of Main Street.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Everybody's saying hi. Who's that?
It's Cody.
Cody. Hey, everybody. So,
Doug has waved at more people,
dude.
We've seen Miguel, we've seen Cody, we've seen Sean. Yeah,
and then he got
life, man.
Got flashed twice. Moving 3 times.
One guy was mad because the bar wasn't open.
Dude, yeah, I know, bro. Nope. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, and of course, Confessions of a Private Chef. Find us on any streaming, platform.
Yeah. Whatever your favorite is.
Give us a comment. Shitty one or a good one. We don't care. We love them both. 78624 The Bar. Follow them on social media, Instagram, Facebook. You can keep up with the cocktails they make there. And if you come into the bar when they're open and mention the podcast table,
they'll give you a little discount.
Yeah, 15% off. And you can try some of the wines that we collect here as well, on top of the cocktails that we make that
expertly crafted
by our buddy Doug.
Do people send questions in to y'all?
They do sometimes.
Okay.
They'll drop us a message on Instagram.
Okay.
And which is really cool. And we've had a lot of people that we've actually met through that we've had on the podcast as well. And and I think it's it's cool to meet people like that, like our chef from California, man. He was
Chef Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan's a badass. he was a chef for Robert Downey Jr. He did some sports for Usher. And
did the private chef thing. Yeah.
Man. So
that's wild. Learning people's quirks and favorites, and this guy always wanted me to make this.
Yeah, for sure. So it's really cool that we're actually getting some listens over there, and of course we other 20 different countries all over the world that people are listening in. So please keep listening, guys, and leave some feedback if you out there. But anyways, guys, we've got to run. I'm getting hungry. I'm craving some nachos. Maybe we can go get some nachos. Last week we had the chicken McGangbang, which is I got to post some pictures on later on. So maybe we'll do something different now.
It's a very interesting McDonald's secret. Well, not so secret anymore.
But yeah, dude, try it.
Love it.
All right, guys, we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.